Hello everybody. So I haven't done a video in quite a while in regards to my bariatric surgery, so I figured today would be the day. That's a little too much light going on, and then that's shadowy, whatever. So I just wanted to give some updates. So I am now past 2 months out, and some things that I just wanted to say that I think needed to be said. There's a lot of things that people do not tell you the truth about before the surgery. And I'm at a place of, even though the weight loss is a benefit, if I had this to do again, I'm not sure that I would do it again. And here's why. A lot of truths that they don't tell you. They don't tell you that it's going to affect your hormones. They don't, your hormones in such a way that your cycle, if you're female, will change. Your emotions will change. I find myself at times just bursting into flames for no apparent reason. These are not issues that I had before. Your sex drive will either go up or down, or you just will not be interested at all. Another thing that changes is they call it ketosis, but at some point there is a level of body odor that you did not have before. So for me, the first thing I noticed, and something I never had, I was never musty. So I found myself finding myself musty, like what is going on, only to find out that it's part of the process. Even being 2 months out, I'm still unable to consume food. I'm still nauseous every day, all day. It does not go away. I have anti-nausea medicine that I take, and it still doesn't matter. Some people are not going to be able to do Premier. I was one of them. I can't do Premier. I went through several protein shakes, different brands, different kinds, everything from organic to regular cow's milk before I could find something that I barely can tolerate. Several protein waters. I found that I do not tolerate, I think it's called aspartame, which is one of the sweeteners, very well at all. I don't tolerate it. What they don't tell you is you have to read your labels. It may say sugar-free on the outside, but it's got some form of sweetener in it that may not be your friend. Your skin texture will change. You will develop flab. You will develop places on your body that you are not going to be pleased with. Some days you will look in the mirror and go, what in the hell? If you were in the hospital for any amount of time, the heparin shots will leave horrible bruises on you. That is a possibility. With this surgery, there's a possibility that you will lose your hair and your teeth and your nails. I have not experienced that. I have had a little bit of shedding, but not a whole lot. But I try to make sure that I take extra vitamins to try to ensure that doesn't happen. Everybody's going to have an opinion on what can help you. You just got to find what works for you. Like I said, might be 2.5 months, because my surgery was 5/24 and it is now August. I am still off of work because I'm just not in a place of where I can go back to work and function without limitation. So economically, you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared to buy all of these protein shakes, to buy all of these different vitamins, to buy all of these protein waters. I'm embarrassed to say how much money I have spent just trying to find something that I can tolerate and that I can eat without vomiting. Vomiting has become a big part of my life, to the degree of where I have become a professional vomiter. I can vomit in a bag and keep going. Because I've done it so much, not by my choice. A lot of the things that you liked or wanted or used to like or like the taste of, you are not going to like it anymore. Some days the smell of just absolute food makes me absolutely sick to my stomach. I was not an eater before. This is something else that you should know. Because you are, as they classify, overweight, they have already formulated an opinion of you, of what you were doing. When I went for my consultation, I told them I don't eat like that. And there's days that I would go days and not eat. And there's days I would eat and I would eat probably the wrong things. But everybody's under the assumption that because you have some weight on you that you eat all the time. That is not the case. So for me, what has happened is a situation where I wasn't really impressed by food. Now, I would like to drink, party, have fun, all those liquid calories. But because I wasn't an eater, now that I've had the surgery and I have no appetite at all, it is very difficult for me to get to think about food or remember food. Yesterday and day before yesterday, I didn't eat at all. Yesterday, I finally made myself go downstairs at 10 o'clock to make something to eat. I think it was 9 o'clock. These are things that they don't talk to you about. The constant doctor visits, the constant co-pays. The fact that my surgeon's office, I got 3 different people telling me 3 different things. The fact that a lot of things that have gone on with my body, like my sugar dropping, and nobody really had answers to. And I had to hunt and research, and I thank God for the people in my life and the friends that are in my life that are in the medical industry who have been my saviors in this, because Joe and Bertine have constantly been looking up things or searching out things to try to ensure that I stay alive. The thing that they don't put a lot of emphasis on, you could lose your life with this surgery. And that doesn't mean on the table. That means later down the line. The calcium that I bought that was recommended by them, come to find out it has a form of sugar in it. And I have developed a serious sugar intolerance. So the medicine they told me to get was making me sick. So you really, if you decide to have the gastric bypass surgery like I did, and when I decided to do it, I was in a lot of pain. And this is another thing. In the consultation, in the, talking with my doctors, because the reason why I had the surgery is because my hips are gone out and I'm in a lot of pain, and I was in a lot of pain. And sometimes pain will drive you, especially when the pain is relentless. And I'm not talking about pain without pain meds. I'm talking about I was on 3 different pain meds, 2 different pain shots, steroids and everything, trying to curb this pain, and it was not going away. It was not letting up. I was walking into work every morning crying. I'm not talking a little tear here, a tear there. I'm talking bawling because I was in so much pain, so much agony. Well, the purpose of having the surgery was the theory of, if you get some of the weight off, that some of the pain will subside. Well, the first and second week it did. But I'm thinking that's because I was on a lot of pain meds from the surgery. As of now, I'm in more pain than I was before the surgery. And nobody seems to know why. The thought process was that maybe I'm not getting enough nutrients, maybe I'm not getting enough protein, maybe I'm protein deficient. Well, my labs came back today. My nutrients are okay. My protein is okay, a little low. My calcium might be a little low as well. But it's not getting better. It's actually getting worse. So not only am I dealing with the constant nausea, the constant being sick all the time, the constant lightheaded. Another thing that I found with the surgery, I can no longer tolerate heat. So I was the type of person, I liked hot baths, hot showers. Well, now they make me sick as a dog, to the degree of where I feel like I'm passing out. Getting up and making a sudden move, I can almost be on the floor. These are things that they do not tell you. Even when you take the little tiny bites and chew your food up to almost nothing, you still may get sick. And we think of, they made it seem like, oh, every now and again you may have dumping syndrome. That every now and again for me sometimes is maybe once a day, twice a day, and that's almost from eating nothing. When I wake up, I'm nauseous. When I go to bed, I'm nauseous. When I'm moving around in the daytime, I'm nauseous. It does not go away. Not for me. Another thing that they don't talk about is the amount of fluids and liquids that you're supposed to get in, the amount of protein, which what they've done with gastric bypass is they've shrunken your stomach. So your tummy might be smaller than this. Pretty sure it's smaller than this. So it's impossible to get that kind of liquid in, not without being sick. So if I drink the amount of liquid that they say I'm supposed to have, I'll be puking everywhere because I just can't digest that kind of liquid because I don't have that kind of space. So to me, it's kind of a setup for failure. The other thing, there's quite a few things that I wanted to give warning of. Like I said, your skin texture kind of changes. It needs a little more oil. Being an African American woman, we need oil. And so for me, my skin now is a little drier than it used to be. So I have to make sure that I oil and moisturize and all that good stuff. It's headaches. For me, they just come from out of nowhere. And nobody seems to be able to figure out why. And the sad part is that when you're telling your physicians all of this, after a while, it looks like you're just complaining just to be complaining. And this is life for me. Constipation, something they don't tell you. They don't say it. You will be constipated because you're taking a lot of vitamins. A lot of those vitamins have to have iron in them. And you're probably not digesting enough food to go. So there'll be times that you're going to be sick on your stomach because you can't go. And you have to find a laxative that works for you. Now, the laxatives, milk and magnesia, and all those they suggested to me made me sick as a dog. I'm not touching that anymore ever again. So I had to find stuff that works for me. I have to take extra vitamins to ensure that I don't lose my hair or my eyebrows or I don't lose my, my fingernails have, I used to have long nails. They were mine. They're gone. These are the things they don't talk to you. They don't tell you exactly what they do in this surgery. They just say, oh, we're going to, move your intestines around, make a pouch, and reconnect them somewhere else. They don't tell you they bypass your gallbladder. They don't tell you they bypass your pancreas. And these are the things that help you digest food. So you're small. And I learned this from my sister, Joe, who had to explain to me exactly what they did to me. And once I found out what they really do in the surgery, it's like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done to my body? But again, in my situation, I was in pain and I was desperate not to be in pain. And to go through all of this, I've had to be re-hospitalized once in June 24th. I had to be rehydrated because I was dehydrated. I had to have vitamins intravenously. Right now, the way my eating habits are, they keep saying, Miss Tally, if you don't eat, you're going to have a feeding tube. I don't want that. And I thank God for the team of friends and family that I have surrounding me because they honestly keep me alive. There are times that my children and my mother has to come over here because it's an emergency situation because I've gotten so sick I can't do anything for myself. There's times I can't even get myself up my own stairs because I'm in so much pain or I'm just sick. And I've eaten little or nothing to make me that way. A good example, I decided that I wanted an egg. I had a taste for an egg. I don't buy large eggs, so it was just a little egg. I sauteed it or fried it in the skillet, no oil, nonstick pan. Before I could finish eating the egg, I felt myself getting sick. I started sweating. I felt dizzy. I felt like I was losing consciousness. My stomach hurt. I'm almost positive that I can probably give birth to a child without any drugs at this stage in my life. My stomach hurt. I felt uncentered. I felt like I was passing out or like I was blacking out. So I got over to the stairs, laid across my stairs. I needed to text my son to let him know I was not okay. I could not cognitively form the words to say, come help me, I'm okay. All I could text him was help, I'm not okay, or something to that extent. It was just a few words. It was like help. So by the time my son got to me, I was laying on the stairs. I was sweating. I was just sick to my stomach. I was just sick. I felt like I was just dying. And all I could do was sit up on the stair, hold on to the banister, and just rock back and forth and cry. This went on for an hour and a half. Finally, I guess my stomach was like, hey, it's go time. So then I end up in the bathroom. No other way to say it. Crapping out everything I think that I ever ate from when I was 5. My stomach is hurting. I'm still dizzy. I'm alternating between telling him to bring me a cold towel and a hot towel. Then I was freezing and I had to have a blanket because I was just freezing on the toilet, puking in a bucket, until finally he could get me upstairs, where at that point, all I could do was lay in the bed, rock, and cry. So these are the things that you don't get information on readily available. So today I just felt the need to tell my truth and what I'm dealing with as far as gastric bypass surgery. There have been many a tearful day. There has been many a day. The other thing that, I don't think they really help you with is holidays. And yes, it's easy to say, well, just pick something you can eat or take your own food. I'm still at a place where I'm still eating baby food. And no, baby food does not have protein in it, but it's one of the least likely things to make me sick. So periodically I will do baby food, or I will do Jell-O, which I despise Jell-O, but I've had to learn to love it. Sometimes I can do applesauce. My stomach is in a place of